Hi, I'm Captain Grant Coppin with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing.
The back lakes of the bay, been catching good redfish. It's that time of year. Lots of redfish moving back here. A lot of kayak guys fishing these little lakes. But it's a lot of fun to come back here and see those tails, sight cast some of those fish. I've been coming back here and working this back shoreline. Of course, my boat won't get all the way up into those back lakes, but those fish are in there. I kind of got to just put the trolling motor down and move on by and watch them. But I can throw a gold spoon, a 1/8 ounce jig head with a gulp, or just a soft plastic paddle tail, and catch lots of fish right along this drop off here. Out here in the middle of the bay, we've been catching some fish on these outer reefs, throwing croaker late season. Croaker's getting a little tough to come by, but if you can find them, some of these deeper reefs are holding fish. We're getting some cooler temperatures, but that bait is on the move and those fish are on the move. So they've been moving out here to these deeper reefs, holding fish on those, the shell pads. There's a little channel right here that's got some black drum in it, and been catching them in there with a live shrimp under a popping cork. We've been making some long drifts down by the high lines, catching good numbers of trout. Popping corks and live shrimp have been working best, but just drifting with plastic's been doing real good. But this is where the high lines are, and you can just drift either with a north or southeast wind through here and throw plastics, throw gold spoons. I would throw the gold spoon a little closer to the shoreline because gold spoon's typically a shallow water lure, and those plastics under a jig head or a cork, you can throw those a little deeper. As you come out here further in the bay, you might need a longer leader. And then over here, these reefs, like I said earlier, some of the fish are moving out to the deeper reefs. Come up wind of the reef, throw up onto the reef, power pull down, let the boat swing around, and catch those fish. Catching a lot of reds and black drum both. Down here at the T-heads, been catching lots of mangrove snapper and trout. Live shrimp's what I've been using, but some of the small croaker and piggies are working also. Piggies are a little hard to find, but if you can find them, they're working really well. I mean, they're just getting smoked in here. Come early because when that wind picks up, this gets a little tough to fish. But we've had some calm winds lately, and it's allowed me to get over here and fish this area real well, kind of saturate that, go in the gaps in between the rocks, down along the rocks, look for the bait, power pull down. It's about 5 foot of water along these rocks, and good depth right up against it. Another thing you can do is go down the rocks, throw a big spinner bait, and catch some redfish. That's what I love to do. It's just like catching black bass. You go down there and throw at some targets, throw at the hard structure, and catch some really nice fish. Over here around the Boot Cove area, we've been catching some good fish, reds in here, there's a few trout. Starting to see those flounder move in here. This little gut that leads into Boot Cove has always got fish in it. It's always got bait in it. The bad thing is this is the entrance and exit that boats like to come in. So it's a little hard to fish here, but if you're the first or last one in here, you can fish it either early morning or late in the evening. Once you get out along this shoreline here, we've been finding some black drum schools. They start moving down. A lot of big schools of redfish along here right now. What I would do is just run down this shoreline and look for the pelicans diving. Once you find the pelicans diving, you've found the fish. Put the trolling motor down and get ready, because anything you throw into that school, they're just going to attack it. And most of them are oversized fish, but there's slot fish in there too. This last week, a lot of the tournament guys were in here fishing this big school, but it's in the wide open. They're easy to see. You find the birds, you found the fish. Be patient. Those fish are within 100 yards of the pelicans diving.
I'm Captain Grant Coppin. Thanks for watching.